السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. In our previous episode, we've made an introduction regarding the Islamic doctrines. Today, inshallah, we will start the series of explaining each and every doctrine in detail. The first doctrine we'll be talking about is Al-Madhab al-Hanafi, the Hanafi doctrine. Al-Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi was the first Imam that emerged. Regarding the Hanafi doctrine, inshallah, we'll be talking about the main reference of this doctrine, that is Al-Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi. His sheikhs, his teachers, the ones who taught him, and we'll be talking about his main students of knowledge. And fourth, we'll be talking about his authorship or his efforts in compiling or writing Islamic books. And fifth, we'll be talking about the fundamentals of his doctrine. And sixth, we'll be talking about the stages or the milestones of the Hanafi doctrine itself, and then the schools of the Hanafi doctrine, because it has two different schools. And then we'll be shedding light on the most prominent and famous books concerning the madhab. In the Hanafi doctrine, Al-Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi is considered as the founder and also the main reference point. The official name of Al-Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi is An-Nu'man ibn Thabit. Abu Hanifa is a kunya or a nickname to him. His full official name is An-Nu'man ibn Thabit ibn Zuta ibn Mah at-Taymi al-Kufi. Al-Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi was born in year 80 Hijriya, and he passed away in 150 Hijriya. The main sheikhs of Al-Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi are Hamad ibn Abi Sulaiman, Ata ibn Abi Rabah, the famous Mawla, and we have already explained who are the Mawlas and the most prominent scholars among the Mawlas. And the third is Ash-Sha'bi, and fourth is Hisham ibn Urwa. These are the main and the key sheikhs of Al-Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi. On the other hand, the most prominent students to Al-Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi are Al-Qadi Abu Yusuf. Abu Yusuf, the famous great Qadi, who did tremendous efforts to establish the doctrine after the life of Al-Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi. And another prominent student of Abu Hanifa is Muhammad ibn al-Hasan al-Shaybani. He is also a main reference in this in the Hanafi doctrine. Also Al-Imam Zafar ibn al-Hudayl, and also Al-Hasan ibn Ziyad. Al-Imam Abu Hanifa did not compile many books. However, there are two books which are ascribed to him. The first one is Al-Fiqh al-Akbar, Al-Fiqh al-Akbar, that means the major or the grand fiqh, and this is referring to Aqidah. So this book is an Aqidah book. Aqidah at times is called Aqidah, sometimes it's called Sunnah, sometimes it's called Tawheed, sometimes it's called Al-Fiqh al-Akbar. These are all synonyms of Aqidah. That's why you might find the titling of some Aqidah books different. Some title the book as Sunnah, some would title it as Al-Fiqh al-Akbar, etc. So this book of Al-Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi, Al-Fiqh al-Akbar, is an example of an Aqidah book which has another titling different from the term or the word Aqidah. The second book is Al-Alimu wal-Muta'allim, which means the scholar and the one seeking the knowledge. The fifth element is Usulul Madhab al-Hanafi, the fundamentals of the Hanafi doctrine. That means the sources of legislations that the Hanafi doctrine and the scholars of the Hanafi doctrine refer to in terms of legislation, ijtihad, and also fatwa. What are the main sources of legislations that the Hanafi scholars refer to whenever they want to derive a Sharia ruling? The first one is Al-Kitab, which is Al-Quran Al-Kareem, and the second is Al-Sunnah, which is a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Third is al-ijma', which is consensus, and we have already explained it. Fourth is aqwalu sahaba, the fatwa of the Sahabi or the doctrine of the Sahabi. Fifth is al-qiyas, and that is analogy. We've already explained what's the meaning. Six is al-istihsan. Also, we've explained what is the meaning. And seven is al-urf, which is custom or culture. So these are the seven sources of legislations that the Hanafi scholars refer to in terms of deriving Sharia ruling, or in terms of legislation, ijtihad and fatwa. Next is the stages of the Hanafi doctrine. By saying that, we mean, the historical milestones that the Hanafi doctrine has passed through to become a well-grounded and established doctrine. The first stage is what we call marhalatun nash'ati wa takwin, the foundation stage, and that starts from year 120 Hijriya up to 204 Hijriya. So this is the period which is termed or labeled as the foundation period of the doctrine. So within this period, the Hanafi doctrine was founded, established, and then all the followers of Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi, compiles the mazhab, its fundamentals, its fatwas and its opinions and Sharia related approaches, and also they spread the mazhab. The second stage is the stage in which the doctrine has evolved and then spread all over the Islamic world. And one of the characteristics of this stage is that the Hanafi doctrine has become spread within the Arab world. Secondly, is that the compiling of the books regarding the Hanafi madhab was intensive. And also in this period, the two main schools of the Hanafi doctrine also emerged. And also the fatawa books, the main fatawa books of the Hanafi doctrine are compiled within this period. And also, the different categories or levels of Hanafi scholars emerge, and they are categorized and classified according to their importance in the doctrine. The third stage is between year 710 Hijriya up to date, and within this period, as mentioned earlier, the culture of taqlid, which is following the previous imams and the previous scholars fatwas, and also referring to their works and imitating them in all the Islamic or Sharia related matters has become something prevalent. So also, the same thing applies to the Hanafi doctrine. Within this period, the act of taqlid has become something prevalent. Next is the two main schools of the Hanafi doctrine. The Hanafi doctrine has divided into two main schools. Number one is Madrasatul Iraqiyin, the Iraqi Hanafi school, and this is an extension of Al-Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi and his immediate students. This means the characteristic of the Iraqi Hanafi school is that their approach is similar to the approach of Al-Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi and his immediate students like Abu Yusuf Muhammad ibn al-Hasan al-Shaybani and Zafar ibn al-Hudayl. The second school is Madrasatu Samarkand. Samarkand is a place in nowadays Uzbekistan, and one of the main characteristics of this school is that its prominent scholars are different from Imam Abu Hanifa and his immediate students in terms of the Aqidah group that they belong to. Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi and his immediate students belong to the Aqidah of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, while the scholars of the Samarkand Hanafi school belong to the Al-Maturidi or Al-Maturidiyya Aqidah sect. In regards to the main sources or the main books of the Hanafi doctrine, they are divided into three categories. The first category, which is the most important books, these normal or ordinary books, The second is al-mutun, which is the text of the madhab, which the textbooks which summarize the madhab. And the third is kutubul fatwa, the fatwa books of the doctrine. In regards to the normal books which introduce the madhab, we have many of them, but we will just give an example of the book Al-Mabsut. Al-Mabsut is one of their main sources. Also Al-Jami' al-Saghir and Al-Jami' al-Kabir, As-Sayr al-Saghir, As-Sayr al-Kabir. All these are one of their their sources. In terms of Al-Mutun, which is the summarized textbooks which talk about the mazhab and its opinion, we have lots of them, and one of the most famous mutun is Kanzul Daqaiq. Also we have مختصر طحاوي or مختصر الكرخي or مختصر القدوري. All these are textbooks which are a source or a reference. And some of these textbooks were explained in a detailed manner. For instance, Kanzul Daqaiq is explained in another book which is called Al-Bahr al-Ra'iq Sharh Kanzi al-Daqaiq. In terms of Al-Fatawa, they have many Fatawa books, but one of the most famous is Al-Fatawa Al-Hindiyya. So in summary, these are the main sources and references of the Hanafi doctrine. وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.